Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Diddy naming his record label Bad Boy doesn't seem like much of a coincidence because this moniker seems to be the story of his life. Diddy, who now has more cases against him than he has the number of kids, seems to be staying in trouble, making him a true bad boy at heart. Diddy was recently hit with a default judgment to the tune of $100 million. Mr. Take That has reportedly been accused of doing just that. A Michigan inmate by the name of Derrick Cardello-Smith is accusing the rapper of drugging him and sexually assaulting him at a Detroit party back in 1997. Now, most of these allegations against Diddy in the past, he's just brushed under the rug. His attorneys call them frivolous, and at times Diddy and his attorneys will file motions labeling these lawsuits as money grabs aimed at causing Combs unwanted publicity and embarrassment. However, when Mr. Cardello-Smith filed his lawsuit, Diddy reportedly went to the jail to meet with him personally, and according to the plaintiff, Diddy offered him $2.3 million to drop the lawsuit. When he advised Diddy that he was not interested in the $2.3 million, he stated that Diddy told him, "You know how we get down.
I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever I want, I have to get."
Well, the way he gets down may be the very reason why he has this $100 million judgment against him. We are going to break this story down and so much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. So here we have Mr. Derrick Cardello-Smith, who has a long history of challenging the judicial system. You know, once you get locked up for a long period of time, you'll either find the Lord, stay in that law library so long you become a self-proclaimed attorney, or you'll find a man of your own. Mr. Cardello-Smith took the law route and has been filing case after case after case, but this time he may have hit a home run because he was just awarded a $100 million default judgment against Sean P. Diddy Combs. So let's just keep in mind that Mr. Cardello-Smith is currently serving an unrelated sentence at the Ernest C. Brooks Correctional Facility in Muskegon Heights, Michigan. Now, according to Mr. Cardello-Smith, he and Combs reportedly crossed paths in 1997 while the plaintiff worked as a bartender at a restaurant in Detroit. Now, Diddy invited him to a Holiday Inn at one of his functions, and the plaintiff was excited to attend this gathering and did so because this was Sean Puff Daddy Combs. Bad Boys. Plaintiff had participated in and consumed alcohol with Mr. Combs and the ladies and other security. Puffy was shockingly cool and someone who seemed like a really decent, normal guy. Now, the plaintiff alleges that particular night, he and Puffy had group sex with a couple of ladies. Cardello-Smith was doing oral on one lady. Diddy was over there doing his own thing, but then he felt someone grab his buttocks, and he was like, "Oh, hell no." And it happened to be Diddy. Now, when he started to feel like Diddy was interested in him, that's where he drew the line, and he decided to sit down on the couch. He said, "I then went to get another drink, and Sean asked me if I needed something else. I said no, and he said, 'Here, drink this one.' And I thought it was another glass of Jim Beam, so I took it because I had sat one down in the other room, and then I drank some more. I stayed sitting there and began getting drowsy and started to pass out. And then Sean Combs said to me, 'I added a little extra in it for you. I will get that from you anyway, one way or another.' I then passed out." Diddy is really out here acting like the Felice Johnson of the entertainment industry.
And we can do it the easy way or the hard way. So the choice is yours, right?
Cardello says that he wakes up hours later to Diddy having sex with a woman, and Diddy looks at him and says, "I did this to you."
Yo, man, I'm not on your team.
Now, the plaintiff ended up leaving, and he did contact the police. Mr. Cardello-Smith goes on to say, "The defendant effed me. The defendant sexually assaulted me. The defendant paid Detroit and Monroe police officers to keep it hidden, and they hid it very, very well and kept it hidden for many decades, but not anymore." So, of course, nobody at this time is really going to believe him. He can't go to the police for help. Where does he go? So he ends up going to go get therapy. And then he gets locked up, and while he's in jail, he's like, "You know what? I am a victim of this man. Like, this is really serious. This man has a problem." So when he saw everyone else coming out with their lawsuits, he was like, "I need to speak up." So he came out with his own. So he files this civil lawsuit against Diddy, stating all of these allegations from 1997. And he said that when Diddy found out about this lawsuit, Diddy actually visited him while in prison, and he offered him $2.3 million to drop the case. And when Cardello-Smith rejected the offer, Diddy let him know, "You know how we get down." And he said, "I don't agree with how you get down."
And he made me a financial offer of $2.3 million to allow what happened to me to go away. And he also said that he won't be filing an answer to the complaint. He said, "You can find me in default or whatever." He has a better chance with default than he would with having a restraining order stopped. And I said, "So you want to hide you want to hide your money and stop from being quite possibly paid to me if I'm given the benefit of a judgment in my favor for what you've done to me?" And he pretty much said, "Yeah." He says, "You know how we get down." And I said, "Okay, well, I disagree with how you get down."
Now, Mr. Cardello-Smith actually wanted an injunction that would prevent Diddy from selling any of his properties. Now, if you recall, Diddy listed his mansion for $61 million nearly 6 months after his federal raid. According to Mr. Cardello-Smith, the property sale, transfer of title, or deed should not take place because it is being done so for the sole purpose of depriving this plaintiff of any monetary judgment that would be entered in favor of the plaintiff in this event. This matter went in a jury trial.
A proof of service showing that Mr. Combs was served on July 6th of 2000 and, let me see. Is that 24?
Yes,
yep. Looks like it. 2024 return receipt requested was provided. So there is proper service. Mr. Combs has neither appeared nor responded to this request. So I'm going to grant your motion for a preliminary injunction, temporary restraining order, and order that the defendant and their agents are hereby enjoined temporarily for a period of 90 days from the sale, transfer, or exchange, trade, or transaction of title or deed to the property listed as the address and placed on the market by defendants for the amount of $70 million. And this property and estate belonging to or connected to defendant Sean Combs shall cease and desist any and all trades, transactions, or otherwise stop the process of any further actions on this property being continued. And this shall have an immediate effect. I'm going to date this August 7th of 2024. And I am going to sign this. And we are set for a pretrial date on Monday, September 9th of 2024 at 2:30 p.m.
At this court date, Mr. Cardello-Smith requested that a default judgment be entered against Mr. Combs, and the judge stated that the necessary paperwork would have to be filed to get that to happen. Now, Mr. Cardello-Smith attempted to request damages in the amount of $400 million. However, the claim was denied due to it being outside of the defaulted amount due to the denial of personal injury occurring. Nonetheless, on yesterday, a default judgment was entered due to Diddy not answering the complaint, which isn't really surprising because he said he wasn't going to answer in the first place. Now, the default judgment amount was $100,310.40. Diddy did not attend this hearing either. Now, Diddy can file a motion within 1 year to vacate the default judgment, and I'm sure this is probably the route he's going to take because he has endless attorneys. However, the judge in this case did set a payment schedule for Mr. Combs to begin paying Mr. Cardello-Smith $10 million per month starting October 2nd of this year until the debt is paid. What do you think Diddy will do? Diddy done it now. However, what I need you to do is leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this situation regarding Diddy and Mr. Cardello-Smith. Do you believe him? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any of my new episodes.